Michaela Chester here with NCAA Digital with the top 2022 college baseball games and series you won't want to miss ahead of conference play. Starting off with opening weekend, you won't have to wait long. Vanderbilt will take on Oklahoma State at home for a 3-game series February 18th to the 20th. Vandy comes off of a runner-up finish at last year's Men's College World Series. Pretty considerable rotation losses of Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter for Vandy, but the Doors returned Dominic Keegan, Carter Young, and Enrique Bradfield Jr. to their lineup. Excited to see who steps up on the mound. They'll be going up against an OK State team that finished outside of the top 25 last year, but moved up to number 7 this preseason after a roster overhaul through transfers. They've added Victor Medeiros from Miami and a few power bats. We'll also see Arizona versus Texas Tech opening weekend on February 20th at Globe Life Field. Texas Tech has the Big 12 Conference Player of the Year in Jace Young. 21 home runs and almost 70 RBI last season, and Arizona coming off of a trip to the World Series last year with an offense that led the nation in triples and hit for a ton of extra bases. Jacob Berry has departed to LSU along with former coach Jay Johnson, but All-American catcher Daniel Susac is back. Moving on from opening weekend, Arkansas versus Stanford. Arkansas was the number 1 team for most of 2021, but lost Kevin Kopps to the draft, and now Peyton Pallette due to injury. But other guys should be able to step up into the weekend rotation, and they've got a really strong offense this year. Stanford also has question marks on the mound without Brendan Beck, and younger guys will need to fill in some big shoes. But Brock Jones and Cody Huff are back this season, and Alex Williams should be a key component for this pitching staff. Number 1 Texas has got a big weekend at the Shriners Hospitals for Children College Classic. They've got Tennessee, LSU, and UCLA back-to-back March 4th through the 6th. A big test for a team that looks all but unstoppable on paper so far. They did lose Ty Madden to the draft, but they returned Tristan Stevens, Tanner Witt, Pete Hansen, and a lot of talent in the bullpen. Ivan Melendez, Trey Faltine, they brought in Skylar Messenger out of the transfer portal. High expectations for the Longhorns. They face Tennessee, a fellow 2021 College World Series team, up first, looking to put it all together again with Blade Tidwell leading their pitching staff. LSU is a preseason number 8 with Jay Johnson at the helm. The combination of Jacob Berry and Dylan Cruz could be lethal, and this is a scary Tigers offense. Lastly, Texas will face UCLA to cap off the weekend. John Savage brought in the number 1 incoming freshman class, so excited to see that. And next, we've got an in-state rivalry between Georgia and Georgia Tech, March 4th through the 6th. The Dogs have the makings of a strong pitching staff led by right-hander Jonathan Cannon. The Yellow Jackets have a stacked offense with power hitters and speedsters, not one easy out. Then we've got reigning champ Mississippi State. They'll take on Texas Tech March 8th and 9th. The Bulldogs no longer have Tanner Allen and Rowdy Jordan, but still the makings of a championship team. For one, Logan Tanner, who had a big 2021, is back with even more experience up and down that lineup. Then you've got Landon Sims. Bulldog fan or not, you know this name if you watch the World Series. He dominated out of the bullpen, and he will likely move to the starting rotation with Preston Johnson. Texas Tech should be a great matchup, a team with a lot of potential, but some question marks for this season. And lastly, we have 2 Florida matchups. The number 9 preseason Gators will first take on Miami March 4th through the 6th, and then FSU March 15th. Florida center fielder power bat Judd Fabian is back despite being a 2nd-round pick in the draft. Plus, they brought in the number 2 recruiting class in college baseball. They have 2 tough clubs to face with Miami and then FSU with lefty Parker Messick back, the reigning ACC Pitcher of the Year. Tyler Martin, the son of head coach Mike Martin Jr., Logan Lacey, and then a slew of transfers like Alex Terrell, Brett Roberts, and Florida transfer Jordan Carrion make up a stacked FSU team. So there are my top matchups you need to see before conference play. Keep up with the entire 2022 season on NCAA Baseball and NCAA.com.